its own Yale study debunking it. Another talking point we heard from the administration is that the report was based only on the most extreme and unlikely scenarios. Not true. Again, here's scientist Catherine Cahill. Quote, I wrote the climate change scenarios chapters myself, so I can confirm it considers all scenarios, from those where we go carbon negative before the end of the century to those where carbon emissions continue to rise. What the White House says is demonstrably false. But hey, demonstrably false has rarely stopped President Trump's reality distortion field. And so yesterday he kicked things off by saying he doesn't believe his own government's report. And then he said this.
I want clean air. I want clean water. Very important.
Clean air, clean water. I'm sure this is sincere, but President Trump should call his office because his administration keeps proposing plans to roll back regulations designed to keep our air and water clean. Everything from rolling back regulations on toxic air pollution, to reducing auto emission standards, to disbanding the EPA's pollution science panel, to dismantling the Clean Power Plan, to expanding offshore drilling, to threatening the anti-pollution waters of the United States rule, which he called, quote, horrible, horrible. Look, as Trump fans sometimes say, don't listen to what he says. Look at what he does. And that's good advice, at least when it comes to the environment. And that's your reality check.
John, very helpful, because sometimes when the president of the United States speaks in unequivocal terms, people believe him. And it takes more energy to do research and show what's really happening. And we really appreciate you doing that.
Also, the president says, I don't believe it. What exactly doesn't he believe? That was a sweeping statement, a 1,000-page report. Tell us exactly what you don't believe in that report and where the government, your government, went wrong.
That would require facts.
Thanks so much, John.
Thank you. Up next, CNN exclusively sits down with the head of Uber to talk about trust.
You guys have said trust us for a while, and I think a lot of people don't have that trust.
I think it's fair to say trust but verify.
Well, the new responsibility that he says Silicon Valley must take. Next.
Every kid dreams of playing in the NFL. Draft day was something I had wanted to do ever since I was a little kid and kind of worked for the last 10 whatever years. Sitting in my living room at my parents' house, as the picks kept going on, you kept getting a little bit more anxious. When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Your phone rings and you kind of just pause.
Minnesota Vikings select.
My heart stopped.
Brian O'Neill, offensive tackle.
You ready to be a Minnesota Viking?
Absolutely, let's do it.
At that point, me and my family realized that